Hey guys, I just want to send one last video and just kind of keep you guys up to date on what's happening, what's going on. First, what we're going to be talking about tomorrow night, we're going to look at Isaiah 43, and in Israel's language and in Israel's thought, this was what was known as a covenant renewal, kind of an idea where every year they would get together and they would remember what God has done, and then kind of say, because God has been faithful, we will now live for Him. But the people of God are in exile. And so Isaiah the prophet kind of gives them this picture of a covenant renewal where he's talking about a God who parted the Red Sea, who made a way through the sea and made a way through the river and captured Pharaoh's army, a God who fed them in the wilderness, a God who has just been faithful, was with them in the fire, this idea of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And so, but then he says something interesting. He says, forget the former things and remember them no more, for I'm about to do a new thing, and now it springs forth. Do you perceive it? And so I really want to just encourage the students that God is doing a new thing, and I think that this idea of forgetting is not forget and don't remember, but I think it's more of a geographical idea. The people of God were in exile in the country of Babylon, which was in a wilderness. And so the prophets were all about prophesying about what it meant to get back to the land that God had promised them, and how God was going to help them change their hearts and minds to serve Him so that they could get back to the land. And but now they didn't need to go through the Red Sea. They didn't need to go across the Jordan River. They needed to cross a wilderness, a desert. And so God says, forget the former things. Don't think that God's going to act on in that way. God's faithful and God will do it, but don't think that that's the way it's going to happen, because now we need to go through a wasteland. And so this has nothing to do with God not acting as and God asking them to not remember. But I think He's saying, don't think that I'm gonna move like that, because it's not the same thing. It's not the same time. It's not the same situation. And so now we're going to make a way through the wilderness, or I'll make a way through the wilderness. And then the last line is, do you perceive it? Which in the Hebrew text has more the connotation and meaning of, are you going to be a part of it? Are you going to expect me to just do things like we've always done it? Or are you going to be a part of the new thing that I want to do in and through you? So I want to encourage them that God's going to bring them a new youth pastor, and he or she is going to be awesome. Um, and they may not do things exactly the way that we've always done them, but it'll be the way that God is leading this church and this youth group, and we're super excited about what God's going to do, and believe that the best days are ahead. And we were awesome and excited. We were awesome. We were excited to play a small part in what God's doing here, and believe that He has called us to do a new thing as well. And so we want to be a part of that. So that's what tomorrow night is about, or this Wednesday night is about. And like I said, we're super sad to be leaving, but excited to see what God has for us in the next adventure for our family as well. Um, just want to remind you to sign up for the tour, sign up for a retreat, the fall retreat. It's going to be great. A lot of adults are going to help out, and it's going to be awesome. They're going to be going through a book called The Return of the Prodigal Son, which is a book by Henry Nouwen, and it focuses on the story of the prodigal son, and each section deals with the three main characters. So there's one section on the younger son who left and went away. There's a section on the older son who stayed home, and kind of his journey through this, and then a section on the father. And so that's kind of what they're going to be looking at. The book is also based on Rembrandt's painting of The Return of the Prodigal Son, and so we bought big size of that, and they're going to be using that interactively throughout the weekend. It's going to be an awesome time. So your student needs to go and be a part, and we want all the students to be there and be a part. They call this their youth group. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. All right, well, we will talk to you guys later, and thanks for all your love and support. Bye.